Present. Arms. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Order. Arms. If you'll remain standing for the prayer, Diane Fraser, would you lead us in prayer?
Father God, we thank you, Lord, for this time that we can gather together. Lord, I ask a blessing over the meeting and for each and every person here. We thank you, Lord.
Thank you, God. And please protect those people. I wanted to tell you something while in the prayer mode. As you know, Florence is headed right towards North and South Carolina. That was where the National Convention was going to be. Of course, they have called it off. But hopefully all those people in Carolina will be protected. Please have a seat. And thank you for all that, Susie.
I want to make sure everyone's awake.
Before we get started, I would like to call up a few people to do a little bit of awards. I want you to know that months ago that I was supposed to give this to Sheena Lawless, but rarely is she over here. She normally connects by a conference. So Sheena, would you come up, please?
Is there anybody by concert today?
Yeah, somebody.
Oh, good.
I don't think so. I
want to repeat to you
again
what I did this year. At the end of the year, I gave some commanders awards, and these were awards that were picked by me and paid for by me, no cost to the chapter. And one of the people I picked was Sheena Lawless. And I cannot tell you, she exemplifies everything that it says on this card in leading by example. She contacted me the first time about getting together a recruitment event, and we recruited a lot of wonderful Frisco ladies to the chapter because of Sheena. And Sheena continues to be a leader in Frisco. But the thing that I think is so outstanding that she did for the chapter, when we had the Texas Women Veterans Day, Sheena called me again and she said, you know what I was thinking? Instead of Frisco doing their own event, let's just do it with you. I never was so glad to hear anything in all my life. And of course, having Sheena as a partner in setting up that event ended up being a blessing deluxe for me. Let me see if I can even think of all the things she did, but I'll try. Besides getting the mayor involved, extremely involved, and he came to the event with his wife, and lovely man. And she got the bounce house, she got the photographer, she got the brass band, she got beautiful display, which you can see on the video on the homepage of the website. She just was immensely helpful in getting that event off the ground. And she just continued constantly to be a leader. When she has a problem with somebody, she calls me immediately, says, what can we do? How can we help? She just truly exemplifies a leader. So I want to present you with the Commander's Leadership Pin. Thank you, Sheena, for everything.
Thank you so much.
We got somebody taking pictures of it.
I got it. I got it.
Okay, good.
We'll need
All right.
I got video of it though.
It'll be on video. All right. Now can I have Sharon?
Oh, yeah, please.
Come back up here.
We need a photographer.
You can have mine.
No,
You can.
let me hand it back to you so you can take a picture. You have to stand still, Sheena.
Sorry.
For sure.
Here.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Okay, ladies. Okay, good.
Thank you.
All right, now I need you to come back up, Sharon Bosley, and Joyce Anderson, and Laura Newman, and Kathy. Can you make it up? Yeah, and Diane Chu. Yeah, you.
We're innocent. I was want you to know
on that.
Blame everything. What did I do? What did I do? I don't even know what I did.
In behalf of Texas Veterans Commission, I'd like to present each one of you with a Vietnam service coin. Okay? This is a wonderful group of Vietnam veterans. I want you to know that. And I know that all of you led the way in some way for some of the younger women who are part of this chapter. And so I'm very delighted to present this in their behalf. And so actually I've given Sharon and Joyce one, so, because we had those there.
Don't drop it.
I also want to tell you one other thing about these young ladies. Laura and Diane are going on the next honor flight.
Great.
So that's a nice event for them coming up. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
That's exciting.
Milla? Is that for Vietnam veterans? Yeah. Hello.
Sorry.
I guess you weren't here. Did you not? Were you not here the last time when Anna was here?
Yes, I did.
Because she only sent me those. So okay, I'll get another one.
Fine.
No, I'll get you another one.
Don't look at them.
That's exactly what it is.
You got it. You got it.
I didn't look it up. I just took her word for it. She said you were short 3, and so she sent me 3. So there they were. So I took her word for it. I didn't look it up. Sorry about that. All right. So I tell you what I want to do because I want to hold up Lou. So I'm going to halt with my officers' reports at this point, and I'm going to introduce you to Lou Duckwall and let him come up and do his presentation. I'm so glad to have him here. Lou is the founder of the North Texas Patriot Anglers. And I want to tell you, I've never met a finer man than this man. And Gunny, I say this from the bottom of my heart. His program is just awesome. He took last year the board, as you know, on a fishing trip that was one of the best things that I've ever done. I just had a blast, and I think all of the board would say the same.
Even though it's cold, yes.
A wonderful experience, and he's here to tell you about another fishing trip, and this time it won't be the board, it will be you guys going. So, Gunny, it's all yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Camille. Thank you for having me. I won't take up much of your time. I have 5 daughters, so jump around this many women, I kind of get nervous.
His wife is a veteran. I don't know why.
My wife is actually a 25-year Air Force veteran. Air Force Medical did 2 tours in Iraq and 2 tours in Afghanistan. Unfortunately, she works night shift at that Regional Medical Center, so it's hard for her to get here. But like Camille said, I am the founder of North Texas Patriot Anglers, and what we do is we take veterans fly fishing. I was wounded severely in Iraq in 2002, and I had grown up in upstate New York, and I had fly fished all my life. Some of my injuries were so severe that I was paralyzed for over 40 days from the waist down, and I still have paralysis on my right side. To make a long story short, when I came back from Iraq, I was that typical male veteran that couldn't get away from himself and couldn't get it out of his own head. I got into trouble with the law, almost lost my wife, my children, everything that mattered to me. And the reason being is I'd grown up being a very physical guy. I'd grown up a farm boy, played college football, the whole deal. Didn't use my brain very often, but used my brawn. And when I couldn't do that anymore, I thought I wasn't a man anymore. Fortunately for me, I had a wonderful, wonderful neuropsychiatrist at the Dallas VA, and she got me a fly fishing trip in 2009 and absolutely turned my life around. I knew right then, because one of the things, I actually passed away twice after I was wounded. And for years afterwards, I wondered, why did I survive? I wasn't of any use to anybody. After coming back on that plane trip from Idaho, I knew why. I knew I was supposed to start a fly fishing program. Now, it took me a little bit longer to get my body physically ready to do it and emotionally where I could help other people. 2013 with one fly rod and $5,000 out of our savings account, which my wife did not know came out of our savings account. We started the program together, and to date we have taken 716 different veterans fly fishing. Of that, 103 have been females, 14%. And we are going again October 9, 10, 11. That's a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to Broken Bow, Oklahoma. We provide everything to include lodging, which the ladies that went before will tell you is pretty darn good.
Really beautiful.
And all the equipment, you will have your own volunteers. We absolutely pay for everything, and if there's something that's not there when you get up there, if you tell me, you will have it within a couple hours. Because of being married to a 25-year female veteran, I do understand the problems with military sexual trauma. And so we try and have the majority of the people up there that are dealing with you to be females so that you don't feel entrapped or you don't. We want to make this as much of a healing experience as we possibly can. I've had some people question me. My goal is in 2019 to get more women active in our program, because what I would like to do with the females, the same thing I've done with the males. Now a majority of my volunteers on the river for our male trips are combat wounded veterans. And the thing where that works is if you got a new guy that's really struggling and he's doing the woe is me crap and all that silliness that we all go through, if he's with another combat wounded veteran that came back and beat that system and figured out the VA and figured out everything else and moved on with his life, then he can't look at him and say, well, you don't understand, because we do understand. And so I'd like to have a good portion of women that could do that for our lady vets too. So I have 7 spots open. I would like at least 2 of those spots to be with board members who went before, because what I found out is when we have participants who have been there before, they kind of answer the questions and they actually lead the healing process. It's just me going to make sure that you guys have stuff for s'mores and all that other crap. So
We may have to flip
some exciting news is we have found a wonderful place in Arkansas. I took a group 5 weeks ago there, and we had a female veteran, and we had a wonderful time. So get with your board, let me know who's going to go, and once I have all your contact information, I will be sending out a welcome letter, then send out another letter about what you need to bring and everything else. But literally, you know what makes you comfortable, what to wear, what not to wear. Other than that, we're going to provide everything. You don't need to worry about fishing gear. You don't need to worry about food. You don't need to worry about anything.
Let me tell you, Gunny will not let you lift a hand. It is so funny. He cooks, he does everything, and it's amazing. He will not let you do anything.
Not even clean.
No, no. They wouldn't even let us clean up.
Well, when I went to Idaho, I went there a basket case, and these people loved on me and took care of me. And no matter how big and how tough I am, I finally had to realize, okay, this is the way life is supposed to be. The more you give, the more you get. And so everyone passed me on the back and said, what a great thing this is doing, what a great guy I am. This is part of my continuing healing process, is helping others. So I've got business cards here. I'd like to get a group of this group to Arkansas early in the next year, January, February timeframe. The cabin is right on the river. It's a beautiful setting, and the fishing's even better than it is in Broken Bow. So that's really all I have. Oh, Vietnam veterans. The Vietnam veterans are very near and dear to my heart. I lost 2 uncles in Vietnam, and I'm 57 years old, so I'm old enough to remember everything. I'm old enough to remember how you women were treated, and every December, because of my passion for the Vietnam veterans, we have a male Vietnam veterans outing strictly for male Vietnam veterans in Broken Bow. And if we could get enough of you female Vietnam veterans interested, I would like to do the same thing for you folks. It's atrocious how you were treated. A lot of people ask me why I'm so passionate about the women, female veterans, and yeah, it has something to do with the lady I'm married to, and the fact that she's my boss and controls everything. But, see, when we think about going off to war, we think about guys like me. I was a scout sniper in the Marine Corps for almost 16 years. We think about the guys who run the tanks. We think about the guys who kick in the doors. When I was wounded, the majority of the crew on that C-5 that flew me out of country into Germany were female. And 5 out of 6 of the people that stood up for the 14, 15-hour trip, whatever it was, were female. And I remember coming in and out of consciousness, and this one red-headed female nurse every time was holding my hand. And so some of the ladies might not have the courage to do the things that I did as a sniper, but I know damn well that I didn't have the intellect or the courage to keep people alive like they do. So it all works. We're all one big team, and we need to finally get rid of the separation and just treat each other as such. So give me a list. Everyone in this room I'd like to have on the river by the end of next year. So unfortunately we can't take everybody. I guarantee you won't regret going with us. And you won't miss any meals up there usually. So, any questions for me? Yes, ma'am.
Are your trips merely female and merely male, or are there trips that are co-ed? Or us dual military? Like
I can do it either way. If being with men does not intimidate you or is not a problem, I'd love to see a mixture. So far, it has been all male or all female.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm all good with all girls too, so I just didn't know if that was an option.
And if any of you are married to military spouses, that would be very, very cool to get husband and wife teams.
I know there's quite a few. I can't speak for the other women in this room, but I know in my group, I know in a bunch of them are members of women or WVA too. There's a bunch of dual military, so I thought that'd be kind of fun.
I can do whatever you want to do. I just need to know. I'm here to serve you, and you tell me what kind of outing you want, and I'll come up with it. We have some fantastic volunteers, and people in Broken Bow treat us like kings and queens. And after our first, for those of you who know Rachel Wilson, she went on the Arkansas trip with us, and we had a fabulous time. So, any other questions?
Thank you for coming, Gunny, and tell Nicole that we said.
Get her butt up here. It was cold in October. Or, I mean, in January.
January. It was
cold.
January.
In the water.
But they caught a lot of fish.
That we did.
And
I didn't.
when
I still caught the biggest one.
I remember seeing the pictures.
They call fly fishing the quiet sport. When you ladies are on the river, you prove that. So here are some of my business cards. I usually bring our trifold, but we're coming up with a new one that's much more updated and everything. So if no one has any more questions, thank you for allowing me to be here. Thank you for your service to our country. I appreciate it so much. And I look forward to the names I get. We're going to have a great time.
Thank you.
Okay, I have been ordered by Belinda to put the directory up on the agenda, so
Move me up.
move her up. Get up here, girl.
No, I'm trying to finish this up, you guys, and I've been working on it 3 months. Not that it takes me 3 months, but to gather all your information. Yeah. My teacher looks coming out. So I have printed out what I have. Many of you have already sent yours in. That's fabulous. Thank you. I want you to look through this, see if there's anything you want changed, corrected, different picture. And if there's anybody here that hasn't given me the information, would like to, nobody's forced to be in this directory. You're real private with your information, of course. But if you would like to be in it, raise your hand, I'll give you a form, and we'll get that taken care of.
Can you photo shoot?
Keep in mind that the directory is not being published anywhere for other people. So it's for the purpose of the chapter, so you can know one another. Once you see what we mean, you have a picture of somebody, so you know, oh, that's who that is, you know, type of thing.
Like when I found out
And
Laura was coming.
exactly.
I didn't know who Laura was.
Yeah, and of course for the board. So please consider that. We're not like we're going to put it on the internet, okay? So all right.
Is it going to be available to the members like on the?
Yes, we're going to put it on flash drive for y'all. We're not going to give you a hard copy like that. We're going to put it on little flash drives so that you have it and can refer to it at any time.
Yeah, and I'd like
When
to
it's completed.
Yeah, I'd like to have October 1st as a cutoff date. Okay, because like to been working on it 3 months, and I think that's plenty of time.
And let me ask, how many of you would be interested in going on the fishing trip that Gunny just told you about? I don't care if it's again.
February. I want to go again. I had to miss one day of it.
Okay. Well, if you are interested,
Of course, I'd have to see if I could take off from work.
pick up a card and send me an email so I can give him a list, okay? All right. I'd like our adjutant to read the minutes from last meeting, please.
The meeting was called to order at 1900 hours on August 13th by Commander Camilla Zimble. Gina led the group saying the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag. The minutes from the previous meeting were read and approved. Financial report was given by Camilla, emphasized that the chapter fund. Sorry.
Oh, not you.
So chapter funds should be utilized for veterans in need and not events. We have a balance of $5,815. Expenses were mailbox rental, conference call activation, web hosting, dues for WVA National. Funds were expended for a woman veteran found homeless with her 3-year-old, and she was 8 months pregnant. She's now situated at home and being cared for. All of our goals for the first year had been accomplished. Vice Commander announced we had 74 active paid members, 88 on the roster but not up to date on dues. The new website was discussed and shown to the members that they still had a few sections to activate. Membership forms will be online and a link to other veteran sites will be available also. The chaplain gave her report. She had 3 calls and she sent out 2 cards. The membership roster is still incomplete, and everyone is urged to complete their forms. Future events were discussed, such as by Ava as landscaping for the Kyle Center. Gina gave a report on the Honor Guard presentation at Veterans Court and the upcoming events at Color Guard at the Women's Garden Club on October 11th, the DAR meeting, and November 8th at our fundraiser at Pinewood Hills. Honor Guard training will be coming soon, and more members are requested, as Norma will be deployed soon, so they need a replacement for her. Camilla presented the speakers, Anna Baker from the TVC Women's Program. Upcoming events were discussed, Pinewood Hills in Flower Mound, silent auction on November 8th. Donations are to be made to our WVA Chapter 48. We need raffle items. Also, the Denton County Homeless Stand Down is October 25th, and we'll have 50 bags available thanks to Altrusa. Progress is being made on the women's shelter. It will be environmentally friendly and have space for 7 women. It's close to a park and an elementary school. When it's time, there'll be a paint party scheduled. The national meeting is supposed to be on September 15th, but now we know it won't. So, and then Lou Duckwall will be at this meeting. Newsletter contributions need to be in no later than 9:15 at 10 a.m. Ginger gave an update on programs available from military veterans and the Kyle Center. Next meeting was announced, and the meeting was adjourned.
Any additions or corrections to the minutes? Do I have somebody to?
Make a motion that we approve the minutes as read.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Bill, could you give us the finance report?
Yes, we had some excellent expenditures this month. We have $96 for WordPress to start up our website. Membership dues was $95 sent in. All of these are expenditures. The QuickBooks that I run all the reports on and so forth so on is $10.66 a month. We spent $43.75 at UPS for different mailings in the mailbox. And then reimbursable funds for members were a total of $320. So our total in the bank is now down to $5,536.43.
Thank you. Vice Commander, will you give us a membership report and have anybody who's new introduce themselves?
Yes, ma'am. So I'm going to go ahead and include the folks that their membership expired in August. Basically, you get a little bit of a grace period. So that puts us at 74, but we actually have 2 new members, so it puts us at 76. And we actually have 1 new member with us tonight. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Lisa Stinyard. I'm retired Army. I did 20 years.
Where's all my Air Force now? They go crazy.
We just moved here in March from Missouri for a new job for my husband. And thank you. We just bought a house here in Denton, and we're getting settled. And I just happened to find you guys on Facebook.
Yay.
Like Kathy said, I didn't know that organizations for female veterans existed. I'm extremely passionate about helping female veterans. I understand the difficulties in transition and all the different things that we have dealt with. And so I'm just happy to be here and glad to be a part of this group.
Welcome.
Donna Lisa.
You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Linda Beasley. I served in the Navy from 1973 to 1977. I actually live in Jackson, Mississippi, or outside Jackson, Mississippi. I moved to Denton about 2.5 weeks ago. And I'm attending NCTC in Gainesville in their horse management program, just for the heck of it. I'll go home and I won't use it, and I will go back to being a sculptor. And I have a husband we met in the service just as I finished A school, and didn't see each other again for 5 years, and we were both out by then. So we got married after we were out in the service. We have 4 boys who are 21 to 28 years of age, and I've had a rather eventful life in the years since I've been in the service, but it's been a blast.
Welcome. I'd like to ask my friends back there in the back table to introduce themselves, Pat and Mary. I've known them for a very long time, and I know they're going to want to join. So would y'all introduce yourself? Go ahead, Mary. Yay! Well, I like it.
So I am proud to say that we will add 2 Air Forcemen. My name is Mary Garcia. I joined the Air Force in 1979, and I retired in 1994. I was an aircraft maintenance officer and loved every minute of it. for the most part. It was great. And after that, I moved to North Texas. I'm originally from South Texas, and I worked for Texas Instruments for 20 years. And now about all I do in life is play pickleball.
So my name is Pat Zuchek, which means I will be the last one alphabetically in this unit. And I was also in the Air Force for 20 years. I spent my first 15 years as avionics tech on C5s in the old F4s. In my last 5 years, I was in recruiting service, press hard 5 copies. Young kids don't understand that. They don't know what carbon paper is. But the Golden Triangle Mall was my office for 3 years. And then the next 2 years, I was at
It's kind of fun. I don't know what carbon is. I guess I haven't thought about it.
and worked advertising and promotions. So I got to do a lot of fun things with TV, radio stations, and stuff like that. And I also found out about you on Facebook, but last weekend before, y'all were out at the
run.
Stadium Trophy Club, and I ran the race. So
I thought your face looked familiar.
That's giving me my medal, right?
I was like, I swear. Yep.
Yeah. So it was good to see y'all out.
Well, welcome. It's great for you. I'll tell you that Mary and Pat are leaders in the American Legion group over at the Colony, but I told them they need to be a part of this group as well. So, welcome.
I'm going to unmute in case. I just wanted to warn you. Okay.
I'd like to say something about our vice commander just for a minute. She wasn't expecting this, but I have to tell you that to me, our new website is an amazing tool. It's an amazing tool that I now can use every day that saves me an immense amount of time.
You can change stuff on it. Like crazy. She's our new web developer.
Oh, wow. But if she had not set it up for me, I couldn't have done that. But I want you to know, you've got to send people there. When you find somebody new, say everything is there now. Everything. Membership, information, goals, all of our events, our calendars, everything. And it's just such a wonderful tool, because if somebody calls me and they want this or they want that, you know, I don't have to send an email for each one of those. It has saved me probably 50 emails in the last month.
How do you
Literally.
find your website?
WVA-chapter48.com.
Chapter spelled out?
Chapter spelled out, just like our Gmail address. WVA-chapter48.com. And like your membership form with your DD-214, so easy. Like, it makes paperwork filing part just amazing.
It is just really, really helpful. So please tell people about it, and please mark it on your phone. And thank you, Susie, for everything you did to get that up and going for us. Okay, I'll give you the chaplain. Our chaplain had a endoscope today. Not that she found out anything, she said, but she's not feeling up to par, so she's not here. So I want you to know that we helped 3 individuals this last month, one with rent, one with brakes, and one with, two with rent, right? Mm-hmm. 2 with rent, and one with car brakes that went out. So we also sent out several cards according to her, and of course Eva always is there for you with phone calls if you have a need for prayer or whatever. But something special is coming up that I want to tell you about. If I didn't tell you about it last time, I forgot if I even told about this. We have a sponsor again this year that wants to do the Thanksgiving baskets like we did last year. I love those baskets. They're absolutely awesome. Only he wants to do 100 instead of 50.
Oh my. That's
and
awesome.
So, yeah. So what I want to do, I've made a sign-in sheet, okay? And here's how I want to handle that. And see if you don't agree. You can sign up for yourself. Certainly if you're a single mother, you should be signing up for one of these baskets, because that's what they're for, to help you out. But you can also sign up for one to give to somebody that you know. It needs to go to a veteran. Now, I don't care whether it's male or female, okay? It needs to go to a veteran. And if you sign up for it, you have to come up here and pick it up and deliver it. There is no way that we can have 2 or 3 people delivering 100 baskets. So what we're going to do, is if you sign up for a basket, you put the number you want and your name and contact, because I'll be calling you, okay? We will set up a date up here in the parking lot for you to come pick up your basket and either carry it to whoever you're carrying it to. Be sure they're a Denton County veteran, and you can pick up one for yourself as well. Okay? So I'm going to pass this around, and we'll be doing this until time for the Thanksgiving baskets. But if you know somebody who needs this basket, please help us get them. I cannot tell you. Well, Sharon helped me tell them everything that's in it. I mean, it had everything from plates to napkins.
Passing it around.
Potatoes, it's really almost a full meal.
Turkey, gravy, rolls, plates, napkins.
When will we pick them up?
Customarily, they'll deliver it on that Sunday before Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving this year is on the 22nd. We're talking about the 17th.
Well, I asked Dan, because I asked him when it was going to be delivered. He said he wasn't sure whether they were going to do Saturday or Sunday, so we don't know for sure. But we will keep you apprised of the pickup date. But keep in mind, if you sign up for it, you pick it up, okay, right here at the vet center on the pickup date. Okay? Any questions about that? Those are some really nice baskets and well worthwhile. Okay, and that'll be a part of our social service. Sergeant Arndt, would you give us your report?
Sure. So as Camilla had mentioned, she said they've got that website set up really well, and there's a whole section on there for color guard. So if you're interested or you want to know what the events are for that upcoming month, you can go there and take a look. And it's a Word doc. You just click on a link and it shows you everything that's coming up in October. On October 11th, we have that Garden Club color guard event, and we're super excited about that one. We're also doing one on October 20th. That's the Daughters of American Revolution, and that's in Louisville. October 25th, we're doing one at the VA stand down at the Denton Civic Center, and we're excited about that. Camilla has the flyer for it up here.
We will also have a table there, and we will be giving away hygiene bags. They have about 25 items in them. They're very, very nice bags.
And then November 8th, we're doing a color guard event at Pinewood Hills. She has the flyer for that one up here. What date is it?
November 8th.
November 8th. And that's a Thursday. And then we have a new event. We just got invited to do another event in Georgetown for the Field of Honor. And it's for the Rotary Club, but it's for the Field of Honor in Georgetown. It's on Monday, November 5th. And we're planning to travel down to Georgetown on the 4th with our color guard team and stay the night, so that way the next morning we're fresh and we're ready to go. But this is going to be a wonderful event. Are we opening it up to the rest of this chapter?
It's open to anybody to go to the event. And by the way, our color guard needs more members, so you're interested in joining the color guard, let us know, because we can use some help with all these events we have coming up. We have like 7 or 8 events already scheduled. But bottom line with the Field of Honor is anybody can go, but the only expenses that we're paying is for hotel for the color guard team. If you go, you'll have to pay your own expenses. We actually have a donation from the Garden Club, which we're going to use to pay for the team a motel room. But we'd love to have other people go. And we're going to take, I'm definitely probably going to take my car, so if you want to ride with me. But I'm staying over on Sunday night. I'll be paying for my own motel. I'm not a color guard member, so I'll pay for my own motel room. But if you'd like to go, you're welcome to ride with me. But we will pay for the rooms for the color guard team. So that'd be 2 rooms, actually, is all we're paying for.
So this is that whole week. What they're doing is they're doing a Veterans Week at this location at the San Gabriel Park activity field, and we're going to be doing the Rotary Multi Club
meeting, we're going to be posting the colors or presenting the colors for that.
Well, actually, we're the guest of honor for that.
Okay. See, that's awesome. We're pretty excited. So what else? We're going to be purchasing long sleeve shirts very soon because it's going to get chilly, and we have all these events and the cold weather coming up. And also, I wanted to mention that tomorrow we need to run your flag at half staff. If you have a flag outside, run your flag at half staff for Tuesday, September 11th for the Patriots. That's all I have.
Okay, great. Gina's a very busy person. We need more people on that color guard team. I want to announce some other events, and Sharon has some too that she wants to talk about, but I want to discuss a couple of others. We want to do fun events as well as just color guard events and things like that, and you're always welcome to come to any event. We expect you to be at the fundraiser, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in a moment, but we also have the chance to go to some fun events. I had a wonderful woman contact me about the post-traumatic stress event, which would be over in Parker Square of Flower Mound, and she wanted to personally invite our chapter to come out. Everything's free barbecue, free music, free arts and crafts, and lots of fun. That will be a great fun event, and it's a family event. They're going to have lots of children activities. So mark your calendars for October the 13th at Parker Square. And that is for the post-traumatic stress group that's putting that on, and that's how they're raising money. But she's invited our chapter and our families out to enjoy this event and just to come out and have a good time.
What's the date again?
October the 13th. And I think it starts like 11 o'clock. All of those events like that are posted on the website under upcoming events. Imagine that. So if you forget, go look it up. Okay, I also wanted to tell you about the October 20th event. Although the Color Guard is presenting at the opening ceremonies at DAR, and it's actually in Flower Mound. At the Cross Timbers DAR, they have invited our chapter to come, as your commander will be pinned as a daughter of the American Revolution. Yay! So you're welcome to come out to that event. It's 9 o'clock on October the 20th at the Cross Timbers. Again, that's posted on the website. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the Pinewood fundraiser before we go on to any other events. Ladies, let me tell you, I think I've already told you, but I've been the last 2 years to this, not as their guest as we're going this time, but just because it's such a great event. It's for veterans, and it is wall-to-wall veterans in there in this huge, wonderful event. Now, they make a little money off the tickets. The tickets are only $20, okay? And they make a little money off that, but that just pays for the food, basically. This raffle, which you're gathering donations for, is what pays the fundraiser, and that money is going to this chapter. Last year, they made $6,000 at the raffle, and that's how much we should be able to make. So,
well, more than double what we have in the bank right now.
Right.
$5,500.
We might need to spend some
Everything
money.
else is just fun and free. There's live music. They're going to have some great guests. Walt Garrison's going to be there. I forget all who. A lot. It's going to be a Western hoedown theme. It's just going to be a lot of fun, you know, and they have all this fun and free barbecue for you and so on and so forth. And then they bring up all the baskets that people have bid on, okay, and draw one out. And you may have only, I spent $5 each time I won a basket. One of them one time was this big. It was in a bucket. It was this big. I'm not kidding you. So it's a wonderful raffle. It's a great experience. And hopefully you're getting collections for these baskets, because it's these baskets that's going to make us the money. Sharon has agreed to help me. She's so artistic to help me put together some baskets. I went out and bought a bunch of baskets and gave them to her. And we're going to take these little donations. I know that Joyce brought some, I brought some, Kathy brought some, and we're going to give them to Joyce and Bill. They're the fundraising committee, and they're going to put together these baskets that we're going to raffle. Okay, so hopefully if you haven't collected something already that you're going to turn in, how many have brought something tonight? Yay!
So I have something, but the Industrial Cigar Company donated, but cigars don't stay fresh, so you'll have it ready for the event. They've etched the Women Veterans of America on the cigar box.
Oh, that's awesome! I love it. That's why you wanted the logo.
But it's a cigar. I don't know. It's
cool. Yeah, that's
awesome. I can't give it to you now, or the cigar will be no good.
Yeah.
So do we have to get the cigars to get the cigar box?
No, the cigar. It's
all in one.
The cigars will be in the box.
Right, that's what I mean.
Just give the cigars away.
Yeah.
I just want the box.
Like, you just want the box.
I'll be bidding on that. I'll tell you.
That's awesome.
I'll give you an example. Like Kathy brought a baby blanket. You want to show them your baby blanket? And my family put together a large basket with one of my mother's quilts. She used to collect all these teapots. A teapot, some tea, cup, book, that sort of stuff. There you go. Wow. And let Joyce tell you what she got a hold of.
One of my best friends has a business called Oriental Medicine, and so she donated 2 90-minute sessions valued at $125 each, so you can go and get like a cranial sacral massage or reflexology or something like that. Acupuncture. So she donated 2 separate sessions for that.
So, Jen.
Are there store prices separate from the...
Yeah, in fact, they're going to use another friend of mine. I got a total of 3 quilts already. And a friend of mine is donated, so I'm going to use that, I think, as one of them, as of the door prizes that a friend of mine donated. And something else. I know what it was. Eva's neighbor wanted to give, it's used, but it's in really great shape. It's barely used. A large, I can't think of what it's called. It slipped my mind what it's called. Where you exercise, treadmill. Couldn't think of the word. Couldn't think of treadmill. Obviously, I don't use it very often. A treadmill that they'll probably use because it's big, it's like it's a door prize.
I couldn't remember if they were all connected.
Yeah, they had a barbecue. I believe last year they had a barbecue, big barbecue thing. Yeah. So be sure this is on your calendar. We want everybody to come because you will be the ones who will be bringing up the baskets that people have bid on.
Where is that?
Are the tickets on sale now?
They are.
But at Pinewood.
Yeah.
Tickets may be purchased in advance at Pinewood Hills or at the door the evening of the event.
But they'll probably give us some to sell. Okay. So I'll probably bring some. I go to regular meetings over there for the setup of all this. So I think they were running them off last time. So. Any questions about Pinewood? Be sure and leave whatever you brought and keep collecting. Please, please, please. This is how we're going to make the money, is what you collect. I went by, like, different places that I go. I ask them, like I went to the downtown area of Louisville the other day to pick up something. I forgot what it was. Oh, something at the tailor's. And so I thought, well, I'm just going to make all the shops down here. And I went all around and got Prohibition Chicken, and another one, gave me, they're not great big things, but the things that we can put into a basket with other things and make a nice little gift. So
I remember last week because that's where I met you in Denver.
Do what?
That's where I met you and Ginger was.
That's right. That's right. That's right. It's time we're fundraising. Okay, let me see what else I've got here. Oh, Sharon, you want to tell about your 2 events?
Yeah, we have a couple events too. There's going to be a meeting for the entire family to plan future post-traumatic stress support and discussion group meetings. And this is not only for the person with PTSD, but the spouses, the loved ones that have to get strategies to kind of deal with it too. So on September the 22nd at the Kyle Center in Roanoke, they're going to be serving hamburgers, hot dogs. Come out and see what kind of programs they're going to be planning for us for the future, and just bring the entire family and come for lunch.
What time?
It's going to be from 11:30 to 1:30. And that's on the 22nd at the Kyle Center there in Roanoke. And our brothers at the WVA and sisters are going to have a golf tournament, and this is one of their fundraisers. As you know, they support also veterans in need. Boys, girls, doesn't really make any difference to them as long as they live in Denton County. So on October the 22nd, their fundraiser is a golf tournament, and if you play golf, come out and play. I have an application form here if you want to get a group of foursomes to play, or you know people that would like to play. There's going to be prizes, you know, that they give away and door prizes. It's going to be at the Oakmont Country Club. That's on Monday. So if anyone needs information about that, I have flyers for that too. I think you've already named the stand down.
Yeah, I did. I already talked about it. The other thing is, the one that I left off, and is posted on the website, is the Fall Festival at Highland Village. They've also invited us to come out there. That's a fundraiser for the Veterans Coalition, and it'll be at Unity Park on November the 3rd. And again, that's a free event. It'll be a great fun event for you to go out to. It's an arts and crafts fair. So there'll be a lot of people out there.
Sheena has something.
Oh, sorry. Yes, ma'am.
No, I know she's on her way. Before we get here, I know our meeting in October won't happen before she actually competes. Charity will be in Hollywood for Miss Veteran America.
Mm-hmm.
So on October 7th. And so we're going to California to support her. She made top 25, so we'll be at the American Legion post in Hollywood, California. It looks kind of awesome, like if you've seen the pictures of that post, but very over the top, Hollywoodish. But anyways, it's just really cool that she's doing that and just to support her and put her on.
It is. It's awesome.
I think it's an awesome situation. She's made it to the... She just waited to come in.
Here she comes, Miss Veteran America.
If you've not met Charity, she just walked in with her children, and she's made the finals to Miss Veteran America, and she'll be going and competing on October the 7th.
Yahoo!
Woo! And she's going to win, I'm sure.
She's gonna win.
Going to put WVA on the map. Okay, Diane, would you talk about the newsletter, the upcoming edition of the newsletter, please, ma'am?
Yes, there really is nothing to add that I know of. The deadline is September 15th, and we found out in our meeting, Joyce, that actually we have till 11:59 p.m. Oh, that's good. But you don't have to, it's not an amendment because it would be after.
After, it was after.
So you don't have to.
Well, I was muted anyway, so.
But anyway, that's the only news we have. If you have anything, pictures, stories, you know, anything that's interesting.
Somebody was writing a story up. Did somebody get the story in on Charity, by the way?
I did that.
I was going to say, yeah.
Good.
That'd be an awesome
She's going to
story.
be in there with pictures.
Yeah, woo-hoo. Okay.
Yep.
One other thing I want to bring up to you, I've been meeting regularly with the group we're working with in Louisville for the homeless shelter for women. You know, what I want to remind you about is that that's homeless women veterans is the growing population today. And that is still a major issue for our women veterans. So us getting involved in the ground floor of building this shelter is, to me, just an awesome thing. And Belinda and I met with Jean and her husband, and then we met again with Jean and Ginger, and now we're working on getting a grant to help get some of this up and going. But the bottom line is it'll shelter 7 homeless women. It's about, maybe a third done, I don't know, a fourth done, I'll say that. Yeah, because it's built by volunteers, okay?
And the weather hasn't been cooperative for building
and
right
exactly, the weather has not been cooperative, but they're very excited about it. And this is a wonderful group, Green Extreme Homes, and everything in it will be self-contained. And what we're going to do, we're going to make it a holistic program. So when a woman goes into the shelter, not only will she be sheltered, she'll be fed, there'll be care for her children. It's right down the street from a park, right down the street from an elementary school. It's just a wonderful, wonderful location. And it's a scenario where they'll grow a lot of their food in the hydroponic garden inside the thing. They're going to have chickens, and it's just, I'm telling you, this is a great concept. And so what we're trying to do is help them partner to get this built and to get everything set up so that we can begin referring women from Denton County to there instead of paying rent, to try to keep somebody in a place that's just probably a Band-Aid instead of a true fix. So we're very, very excited about the home. If you haven't seen it, there's pictures up on the website of where it stands at this point. Okay. Any other reports or questions or anything from anybody?
Got something. They're planning on turning the Denton City Hall west, the whole old City Hall. They're planning on turning it into an arts thing or something like that. And the plan is, they mentioned this at the WVA meeting also, but I just came from the meeting at the Fine Arts Building. And the thing is, we really want them to have the Hall of Fame for veterans in it. And the committee of people are kind of thinking that, well, maybe, but maybe not kind of thing. And so I brought cards. If y'all want to fill out a comment card, it says what elements could be included the plan. Of course, we want to put Veterans Hall of Fame type of museum type of thing. And I also brought a couple of the pamphlets, but most of it's words. But they do have some different stuff on the back. But anyway, so any support we can get for a Veterans Hall of Fame would really be cool.
May I interject? I was talking with Gary Steele just yesterday about this. He was telling another bit about it, and I was there, and he said that they already have, he has spoken with Ferguson, Stuckey.
Lynn Stuckey.
And they're behind it 100%. I know Burgess is a veteran. I'm not sure about Stuckey. But they're behind it 100%, and they want this to be a go. Right. So the more community input they have to push it, the better off we'll be to have that.
Yes, they just had a meeting at the Fine Arts Building about this just right before I came in. Yeah, I went to that. And they were talking about, all the different floors and how they were going to divide up the, thing and everything. I'm sure it's all in here. And nothing was mentioned about veterans. Was Gary there? Yes, Gary was there. Gary stood up and spoke up and said he was disappointed or something like that. And Gary's wife also made a comment that, she's interested in arts and she's also interested in, veterans. And Yeah, so she really was also pushing for the veterans. But they said that they was kind of like one of the things. I talked to a guy. He's a restoration guy. I think his name's Roman. I don't know what his last name is. But he said that that the more input we can get from the veterans, the better it would be to get this.
Need to grab their attention.
Yeah, and the cards need to be turned into the city hall, regular city hall, sometime soon. But they said that they would also be in the someplace online.
Probably if you can go to the city hall page,
Yeah,
maybe it might be there.
Maybe it is. But
I'm guessing. You're so funny.
Sorry, but it's real important.
If they're not veterans, they don't understand the importance.
Exactly.
I have hard copies of flyers along with all the tax forms for you to get donations for the fundraiser if you'd like to pick up some of these. You want to pass those out. Next meeting will be October the 8th.
Do you want to let Charity talk about her, what she's doing for fundraising? For her event, the wreath. Charity, talk about her wreath. Christmas message. She brought them in with her. Oh. I don't know if she wants to. But.
Charity, did you want to talk about your wreath from fundraising?
Sure.
That's what you meant.
Yep.
I am raising money for homeless women veterans, and one of the ways I'm doing that is selling handcrafted wreaths. So I brought a few wreaths for those of you that ordered some. I brought your wreaths tonight, and then I brought 2 wreaths to donate to the fundraiser.
Oh, yay.
So you guys are welcome to check out the ones that I brought, but I also have a website where you can purchase online. And I also brought some business cards if you need to remember what the website is. I'm not sure if I have enough for everyone here, but I'll pass these around if you guys want to see the website. It's called Wonder Woman Wreaths, and the website's easy to remember. It's wonderwomanwreaths.com. And most of them are between $25 and $75. Right now I have like 13 or 14 different fall wreaths for sale, and then I'm working on Halloween and Christmas coming up soon. So after the fundraiser's over at the beginning of October, I'll be donating 20% of all sales to the nonprofit. But right now 100% of sales is going to the fundraiser. So let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Her son is holding up the wreath there. He was trying to display them.
Walk, you can walk it on up here if you'd like. Do a little tour around the room.
Okay, are there any other reports or anything from anybody? Sergeant Barnes, will you retire our killers?
Can I get any forms that were filled out tonight for the directory? Or if not, you can email them to me on my email address. Okay. This wreath right here is one of the ones that I'm donating. I just made this. Wow, that's great. This one is the one Camilla ordered. And most of my wreaths are very floral, like this one. So these are just a couple of examples. And then I started making some burlap wreaths as well. This one right here, called Lone Star. This one is a cute little one for donation as well. Has a little welcome sign on it. And what do you got, Dave? Yeah, I call this one Fall Farmhouse. Burlap, cotton, a little bit of floral. So those are just a couple of samples, but check out the website for more. All right. Thank you, Dave. Good job, Gabe.
Way to go.
With the extra yeah. Breathe in. Arms. Order. Arms.
She got backwards there with the wreath. Thank you for coming and bearing out the weather.
My husband sent me my DD 214, so